Well, hello and welcome to something maybe a little bit different for the channel. I happened in my local game store to find a copy of Warhammer Imperium. And this is actually something interesting. I'm going to go through the contents of this on this video. But first, a little bit of news. The Warhammer Imperium magazine, this is a series of issues. This is issue 1. This is a magazine that has 80 issues, I believe, that they're going to be issuing over the next several months or maybe even years that you can subscribe to. And the first issue is $6.95, $7, and subsequent issues, I believe, are $13.95 or roughly $14. So you get half off your first issue here, or at least issue number 1, if you get issue number 1. And I found this at my local game store. You can subscribe to this through Hatchet Partworks, I believe is the name of the company that does it. And if you do that, they send you a whole month at a time. It's a weekly magazine, so you get 4 of these in a month. And a lot of folks on like online forums and things have been saying, well, that's not a great deal because then they charge you each month extra shipping fees, and then they charge you for binders and things. And so the general consensus that I've heard is, unless you really want everything, to try to find the individual magazines. And so I did find individual magazine number 1. And it's well known, at least it's been said by Games Workshop, that the official Warhammer stores got the first 4 issues. I talked to my local game store that I found this at. Now, I have 4 different local game stores, but this is the one that's also like a comic shop, so it's a games and comic shop. And this one, they said they will be getting all of the issues through their comic distributors. So check your local game store. Now, they only had issues 1, 2, and 3 when I was there, but they told me they were going to get all of them. So I'll give you an update in another video if I find something beyond those first 4 issues, because I have a kind of a feeling that there is a chance that they might get like the Warhammer stores only the first 4 issues, but I'm optimistic. So what do you get for $7 in this issue number 1? Let's dig into it. It says, with your first miniatures, dice, and ruler. So there's some dice and stuff in here. Let's get this opened up, see if we can check this out. So I'm going to take it off of this cardboard backer. Notably, only the first issue has this cardboard backer. I don't know if they're trying to, get people to get the first issue. I would say, based on the sticker, this bright sticker on the front, that this is marketed towards people who have never played Warhammer. But I guess you could be like me and buy it anyways. Your local game store is not going to care. Okay, this is supposed to be like one of these peely things, and it's not coming off. It's supposed to be like one of those little like sticker peeler things, and it's just not coming off. So we take advantage of being in our hobby space here, and we grab the conveniently stashed, did I lose my hobby knife? I might have lost my hobby knife. Let's see if I can get this open. So, I will get this open real quick with something sharp, and then we will dig into it. Alright, so here we go. Coming back on the screen in just a moment, we will have an opened issue 1 of Warhammer Imperium. Alright, here we go. So it has this plastic case, and then coming out there you see we've got this ruler, and then we have some other things we're going to pull out of here as well. Okay, so the sticker's on that outside plastic, so that's pretty convenient. So it does have, I mentioned this is a magazine, it does have a magazine component to it, and it feels like it's bound by like the stuff you find on like notepads. It's kind of like that gummy glue binding. We'll take a look at that here. Free poster inside, Warhammer Imperium. This is actually Maybe folded or stapled. We'll take a look at that here in just a minute. The War for Ramesses. Okay. We'll take a look at that too. And then here it looks like you get a fold out like war mat kind of thing. Got a Necron side of this. It's hard to get that all in the frame of the camera. It's two like pieces of paper sized. And it's got, I guess, tokens you could cut out for objectives. It's a little thick, like almost like cardstock. It's got like objectives placed. I guess you could play really small games on this. So there's a little game mat. Alright, so it does have a range ruler. This is the nice flexible plastic range ruler that we've seen in other products. That is semi-interesting. It's nice to have one. I mean, you do need a ruler to play. And then it has this, which will open up as well. So I am really excited that this might be coming issue by issue to my local game store, because some of these issues are actually quite a nice value. So let me just grab this really quick. The base is lodged in that side. Okay, so we have a larger base for our Space Marine guy, I guess, and then a smaller base for our Necron guy. I would assume anyways. I don't have to read the instructions here. But you get the parts for a Space Marine leader and a Necron leader. And these, I believe, were also available in the Indomitus box, and I believe these also are the ones that come in the smallest of the beginner kits as well. You get some dice. These are actually really good quality dice. They're nothing special. They're basic white dice, and they're small. These are not like your, big dice that you might be used to. But hey, if you need dice, those will absolutely work. And then let's just check. We're gonna flip over our Army Painter mat here, and I'm just curious what size bases this actually came with. So I'm going to use my handy base size guide right there on the Army Painter mat here. See, is this looks like a 32 millimeter for the Necron character, and then a 40 meter probably for the, I assume, anyways, for the Space Marine character. So a 32 millimeter and a 40 millimeter base, and you get these two characters. Alright, so there's those two character models there. Okay, so then we get the ruler and the little game board. And I want to assume maybe this War for Ramesses, so it can go in a 3-ring binder. That's another thing that I think I mentioned this folks with a subscription were not happy about, is they make you buy these binders throughout your subscription automatically. You can't cancel them or anything. So this just looks like lore in here. Kind of talks about some of the different stuff. So you get a nice little kind of lore thing. It talks about the invasion of Ramesses. Okay, interesting. And then again, we've got some more lore kind of things. And on the back, we have our Imperial Task Force talks about the Ultramarines. Alright, that's pretty neat. So a little neat kind of lore thing. I'm not big into the lore, but for those who are, I'll be happy to have this. Here we have a free poster inside. Okay, so this looks like it's going to fold out, and on the back of the poster it's got the sort of advertisement for future issues. And then let's see here. Oh wow, this is quite a large poster. It, in fact, does take up the equivalent of 8 pieces of paper. Never going to get that all on the camera, but there we go. We've got a Necron guy on one side, Space Marine on the other. It's got the Warhammer Imperium logo up at the top. That's huge. Alright, that's way bigger than I even put the camera out farther than I usually do for videos, and I still can't fit all this in. Look at that. Alright, so a nice big poster. It's, 4 sheets of paper size poster, landscape orientation. So then you get the Warhammer Imperium. This is the actual magazine part. Of course, it does say, okay, 2 miniatures. Yeah, so it looks like the Royal Warden from the Necrons is on the smaller base. Primaris Lieutenant on the larger base there. So if you need those characters for $7, you get 2 sort of named characters, leaders maybe. And what does it say here? So it has a little bit of in this issue, things that you can do. It talks about the different parts of the Space Marine here. And it's nice that they name like the weapons on here, because I always have a problem when they're like, oh, he's armed with a Neo-Volkite pistol. Like, what the heck does that look like? Here this is a storm shield. Okay, there's a bunch of different kinds of shield. Which one does he actually have? That's really nice. Nice little battle record sheet there as well. Then the same for the Necron side. Alright, well that's cool. Okay. Battle record on there as well. Still not seeing build instructions. Hopefully those are in here somewhere. Alright, let's see. The different chapters. There we go. Some actually that I haven't heard of there. So, I mean, I'm not big on my chapters, but these, this Hammers of Dorn. I'm a big fan of orange. So that would be maybe a Space Marine chapter I could go for. I usually paint my Space Marines as Angels Redeemed, which are orange, that use the Dark Angels icons. So basically I run them as Dark Angels. There's our Necrons. A little bit of lore for the Necrons there. What else do we have? Well, losing pages from within. So there we go. We can... Okay, oh, here we go. How to build the Royal Warden. So this is definitely, like, going for, like, players who have never built models before. Very kind of step-by-step thing, right? Sword must be pushed into place before the shield arm, all that kind of stuff. Okay, that's nice, but it looks like a nice little step-by-step there to build the character. Same it looks like for the Necron character. These are very different instructions than I'm used to. Alright, let's look at their how to paint. What does it say? Okay. Alright. Painting your models. Yeah, let's see if it guts. Okay, here we go. Talks about base and shades and layer paints. The Citadel color system, technical paints. So, of course, they're using their paints. And then a little bit about playing the game. So this is very much something that you could get for a new player for sure. And it looks like it even has a mission here that you could play with just these 2 named characters. So you could absolutely get this for someone who says, I'm kind of interested in Warhammer. There you go. You can set it up on that playmat that's included. There's the data sheets for them. Okay. Talks about success rolls and different phases. So it even has the full rules for this little, I would say it's a little skirmish game almost. So there we go. And it takes you step by step through all the different turns of the Space Marines and everything. Okay, so this is neat. This is neat. I mean, it's not immediately useful to maybe experienced players, like myself. I mean, the reason I got this magazine was 80% for, you, the viewer, right? Because I wanted to share the news that I did find it at my local game store and let you know that. But also, the other 20% was for $7 to have, 2 of these named character models. They're cool models, and maybe I'll paint them on the channel, so maybe even part of that is, again, for you, the viewers. Let me pick up this thing that I dropped on the floor here. Alright, let's see what this says. Okay, so this talks about the subscription, and so this is the part that I'm not quite sold on, and again, this is because I'm, an experienced player, or at least I already have been playing the game, and I don't play Necrons and I don't play Space Marines. If you did want to play Necrons or Space Marines, maybe it's not so bad, But I would definitely talk to your local game store about getting stuff. So see, here you go. So each issue is $13.95. They send you 4 issues at once and add $7 on the shipping. And I guess if you subscribe, you get some extra free stuff, which for the cost of the shipping, Here's the thing that really gets me, is they say, oh, you can get a premium subscriber, you can get Chaos Space Marines and Tyranids and Tau and Orcs. If you look at how often you have to, or how often you actually get these, and for the cost, you're really just buying them for the retail price, basically. So, up to you if you want to subscribe. For me, it's not a great deal. You do get a few things there, and there's all the stuff that you would eventually get in the magazine. So anyways, so there you go. There's issue 1 of Warhammer Imperium. Let me know if you find any issues after issue 4. So if you find issue 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, etc. at your local game store, please let me know in the comments that you have, just because I'm tracking that. Again, my local game store that also sells comics says that they're getting these through their comic distributor. They don't know when issues are going to be coming necessarily, but they are able to get them, and so they are getting them. And I believe they're ordering as many as they're allocated, and it does seem like it's a kind of a one-time thing. You can't necessarily order back issues through that. Alright, if you have any questions about this, happy to answer them. I don't know, I think I showed everything. Don't know what else to say about this one. For me, for $7, I'm happy. We'll see if I decide to pick up any further issues. Definitely make some future videos about it. Alright, thanks for watching. Take care. Let's get gaming.